Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EGL Summoner's Shield number 15 Grand Final matchup. It is between Elite Gamers on the blue side and Team Synchronized on the red side. My name is The Patch. With me casting here is a good friend and co-caster of mine, Elthazar.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into Game 1 of this best-of-3 Grand Final series. Over 20,000 Riot points will go to the players of these two teams. The main reason I think these two teams are actually going to go for this win is, of course, that the victorious team gains the Triumphant Rise skin, which can only be gained by winning a tournament sanctioned by Riot Games.
Yep. And in the second place, still going to receive 2,400 RP per player, so still gonna be very, very great to win indeed, regardless of where you end up in this match. Of course, gonna have some style points by getting at skin, but, of course, the win too. You generally want to win a finals, cause it's a finals.
Bragging rights, all the bragging rights. First ban comes out Morgana. I think EG might have had a little bit of a scoop on that because in the semi-finals we saw Ost absolutely decimate on that Morgana. She was doing some serious work throughout that game. Incredibly impressive. We also see Vi and Lucian, the Korean AD carry god, being banned out.
Yep, Lucian maintaining a solid pick and ban rate throughout pretty much every tournament in the world, especially in Korea. And where he is at 100% picked and banned. So it's going to be a target pick and or ban, of course, for those two teams. As you have said, we're going to getting banned out. That is a good thing to do. Seeing as how Team Synchronized were able to use the Morgana in the last game to do quite some awesome stuff. Kassadin getting banned away as well here by Elite Gamers. Not really a surprise. Kassadin is at a 100% ban rate in this tournament.
He's one of those AP assassins you never want to let through because he can get rolling so very quickly. A single kill, combined with the fact he can roam so well, he can snowball incredibly hard throughout the game. And it's similar with most AP assassins. Like, if a Twisted Fate is played well, if a Fizz is played well, if a Diana is played well, then you can end up snowballing a game against you very quickly by letting one of those get a kill.
Yep. Very much indeed. Synchronized banning out the Evelyn. It's gonna be another high priority pick/ban for pretty much everyone right now, as she is just so strong. And Schizo's picking up the Thresh for himself in the first pick. Gonna see if he will be able to make something out of it. Mod hovering over Teemo. No, that is not gonna happen. Please stop it. Please. Please stop hovering over Teemo.
I think while we wait for that quite obvious troll to remove itself, I want to talk a little bit more about the Thresh. I'm expecting to see a very, maybe all-in-ish or AoE heavy comp come out after that. There's the Fizz, the AP assassins that one of the AP assassins that wasn't banned, and therefore is quite a priority pick. Actually, no, Mod goes for that. Udyr, which we saw in the last game, definitely played to qualify success with that.
Yep. Nothing to say right there. He was a menace on Udyr, and we'll see if he can be one again in this game. Sona also getting picked up. And that's going to go over to Kapow Killer. And Kapow Killer is subbing for Panda, who can apparently not attend these Grand Final games. We have checked everything. Kapow Killer is in the team list. He is an eligible player, so everything's going according to the rules, ladies and gentlemen. As we do see Ricky, Will, Weeda, and Renzel lock in Nasus and Shyvana, two very, very strong laners in the current meta. Laner slash jungler.
Nasus is just an utter menace because you have to shut him down so hard in the early game or deny him so much farm. Otherwise, if you get past 25 minutes, he is just going to become an utter monster, dealing so much damage with those siphoning strikes. We have actually seen Abe not necessarily go for a counter pick, but go for that Malphite again, and we saw him play that so well in the semi-finals. We saw him get out of fights on so little health, and it was very, very impressive. Vintech also going for that semi-final pick on the Vayne.
Yep. Very, very strong pick indeed. he did go. He did marvelously well in the previous game. I think he was sitting on 11 or 12 kills at the end of the game with 1 or 2 deaths to show for it. I'm actually quite surprised that Vayne went through when Morgana got banned out. Both are definitely very strong picks for Team Synchronized to have. You don't want them to have either of them, really. But we're going to see what Elite Gamers can make out of it. As it stands, they're sitting on Tristana and Orianna.
Interesting, because they do now have one of those very, very powerful ball delivery systems. Put Command to Protect onto Shyvana as she's using Dragon's Descent, and that is a brilliant way to position the ball for one of those clutch shockwaves.
Yeah, and not only that, you can also just punch the ball onto Schizos, who will then death sentence himself in to a priority target, straight into his face, so to say, and get the shockwave off then. So they definitely have many potent opportunities to make use of that ball delivery system to get that shockwave where it needs to be. And now I'm curious to see what Synchronized will pick here for their middle lane in this game. I'll bring over quite a few mid laners. Gonna see which one it will be in the end.
If it was the Jace, which I am suspicious that it isn't, because we haven't seen Jace played in a very, very long time. He's still good, but there are other picks that are so much better. For example, that Gragas is one of those hotly contested picks. Very good against Orianna.
Yep. Indeed. And an explosive cask, of course. I mean, look at Synchronized's team. It is basically a full Protect the Vayne team.
Definitely, we have that crescendo. That's more of a lockdown engage, I would say. Combine that with the Unstoppable Force, and that's a very, very strong engage. They do have the Explosive Cask, as you said. That's a great way of getting people away from the carry. And Mod, with that very, very reliable bear stance stun, can also provide a bit of a gap for Vintech to get the hell away, or get the hell in and kill something.
Yep. The Vayne mechanics are strong in this one, as we have seen in the last game. Ladies and gentlemen, the teams have been locked in. We go through the picks for Elite Gamers. It's going to be Bolus in the top lane playing Nasus. In the jungle, it's going to be Renzi playing Shyvana. Yasmaki in the middle lane playing Orianna. And on ADC support, it's Ricky Waida and Schizos, playing Tristana and Thresh.
And on the side of Team Synchronized, we do see in the top lane Abe playing Malphite. We see Mod, Udyr, we see Ost playing Gragas, and in the bottom lane we have Kapow Killer on Sona and Vintech on the Vayne.
Yes, these are the team compositions. Well, obviously we have talked about the teams a little bit already, so Team Synchronized going for a team fight heavy composition here. Gonna get that Vayne into the late game so she can deal her damage and protect her as much as we can. But looking at Elite Gamers, what do you think about their team composition?
They have multiple methods of ball delivery system, but I would say that it's actually one of those team compositions that's not necessarily wombo combo-ish, kind of like Synchronized has gone for. If you can land a crescendo, or start off with the Unstoppable Force, follow up with the crescendo, follow up with the Explosive Cask, you can deal heavy amounts of damage and then scatter a team, leaving them perfect to be picked off by Vayne and by Mod, just get chased down. On the other side, they have methods, as I said, to deliver that ball into the heart of Synchronized team and get a good shockwave down. But I'm tempted to say that might not be enough. Yet Ball has that Spirit Fire, which would be great for Ricky Wider to just deal heavy damage due to the fact that it reduces armor. But beyond that, the chase down potential is kind of on a wither on a critical target, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. They do have a bit of lockdown, especially with that Nasus Wither coming down. And now that we actually take a look at the summoner spells, you can't see them on stream, but Wallace has gone with that teleport, so... And so has Ost on Gragas. So 2 teleports from both of these teams. I'm very curious to see what's going to come out from that.
I'm tempted to say that Ars would have a bigger effect if he teleported down to a bottom lane fight, due to the fact that Vintek, the moment he saw that Nasus, switched to the cleanse. Of course, on stream you couldn't see that, but he instantly switched to that cleanse, instantly fearful of that Nasus wither, and it is great as well, because of course he can get himself out of a death sentence.
Yeah, that's true. Nice choice of summoner spell going into that matchup, especially because of that wither. Because of that death sentence that can be very dangerous as well. Let's see what they make out of it. As it stands, we are in the last few seconds of the delay period, and we will be getting into this game very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. EGL Summoner's Cup, Summoner's Shield, excuse me, number 15, Grand Finals, Match 1, between Elite Gamers and Team Synchronized. We have seen Team Synchronized coming out very, very strong in the preceding semi-finals that they did play in, and now's the time to prove that they are the best, that they can go for that first prize, 3,200 RP, plus the Triumphant Rise skin for every player of their team. It's going to be a good one. We are on the loading screen.
Most definitely.
Excuse me.
Very interesting looking at the potential of the level 1. I'm going to actually jump ahead of that so that you don't have to ask me this time. There's not really much there, actually. I mean, early crowd control is very weak on both sides. The only real guaranteed crowd control that is available on both teams is that death sentence from Skikos. So I'm tempted to say that there won't be any real attempt at an invade, or rather first blood from an invade. They do have decently high damage on both sides, but unless you can lock someone down and prevent them flashing away, then it's very unlikely that someone's going to die in one of these fights.
Well, yeah, but getting a flash is a merit in itself, though. That early on. Going to open them up for some nice ganks coming from those junglers, so going to be an interesting one. I agree that it's unlikely that we'll see to get to see some level 1 action, but who knows? We might get surprised in this game. This game, which has just started and is now underway. Elite Gamers versus Team Synchronized, Game 1. EGL Summoner Shield, number 15 Grand Final. My name's The Pash, casting with me is Althazar, and here we go.
That was perfect timing. As soon as you said go, the loading screen moved for me. People who don't know, I am running on some slightly dated hardware, so that's why I'm not a pro player. I'm a caster, not a pro player.
Yeah, that's what's keeping you back from Challenger, man.
Absolutely. It's totally not because I'm bad.
No, it's never. It's never. Sometimes it's because your team is bad. Sometimes it's because lags, of course. I mean, we're on EO West. It's always nice to be able to blame the lags.
Oh, yeah. Lesser men would blame the lag. Like, if I mess up, I'm usually the first to own up to it, but as we can see, there is nothing really out of the ordinary coming out from either side.
You see a little, we see a little bit of a dance party going on here for Elite Gamers. They're having some fun, standing around.
There's nothing better. They've got nothing better to do at this point. They can dance if they want to. They can leave their friends behind because their friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. And if you get that reference, well played to you. 25 points to whatever house you were in.
I'm in Gryffindor. Because it's red.
I don't know, I think I'd be a Ravenclaw myself.
A Ravenclaw?
Not necessarily winning anything, but being the intellectual type.
Well, at least you're not a Slytherin. And then they're not a Hufflepuff.
Those guys are actually useless. I don't think in the entirety of the thing you actually see a Hufflepuff do something worthwhile. I mean, think about it. Cedric Diggory dies. I think that's the only one of note. Then again, it was...
Oh yeah, spoilers, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Lane swaps. Called it.
Yep. We gotta focus on the game, man. Harry Potter's all nice, but we totally missed that lane swap actually happening. Vintek and Kapow Killer in the top lane trying to shut down that Nasus, which is a very reasonable thing to do, as once the Nasus gets going, you cannot really stop him. It's really one of the basic laws of physics.
Definitely, but it's actually a double swap. Ost has actually gone to the bottom lane on this Gragas going 2v1, and we actually have Abe going mid against Gyps Marksy.
That's going to be very, very interesting coming out of both of these teams. They do send their Gragas into the bottom lane, not to go against that Orianna. They willingly put him into a 2v1 lane, while sending their own two laners to the top. Interesting play coming out of Synchronized here.
Definitely, we will see, of course, in the upcoming minutes whether or not it will pay off. I'm tempted to say that top lane's going to be very hard for Renzi to gank due to the fact that there is the totem, and we do see the fact that Kapow Killer does have that stealth ward. Do see the ward actually getting cleared out by Renzi, but that is going to instantly be replaced.
Yep, there it is.
No real loss there.
We do see again coming in right here as Mod shows up on the bottom lane. Ricky Vita has to use his rocket jump to get away, and Schizos had to burn his flash, but they will get onto him. The Bristan stun will go down. Will it be enough damage? No, he gets sentenced into the turret and flayed back. This will be the death. First blood goes over to Elite Gamers. Careless play by Synchronized, and now Ricky Vita jumps onto us. Buddy slams away into the brush, but the ward is placed. He drinks his brew, gets auto-attack through, but gets away.
Mod getting a little bit ambitious in the early stages of this game, but not necessarily catastrophic, I would say.
Not really. We do see NASA taking a bit of free damage in the top lane, but just standing still. Not something you should do, standing still. And Abe taking a lot of damage in the middle lane, but in the meanwhile, we do see Ricky Vita going aggressive onto Oz in the bottom lane, burns the flash to get after him, picks up the kill. 2 kills so far over to Elite Gamers. Tristana with a very strong start.
Definitely that. We instantaneously see that stacking a very nice early lead against Vintech, and that's something he's really going to do against Devane. If you let her roll, she will just roll over you.
Yep, as a rolling barrel explodes in Ricky Vita's face. But he will just stick around and deal some damage to both the turret and the Gragas that accompanies the turret. Not gonna go back anytime soon. Dealt some good damage onto the turret, now down to half health. But other than that, should be happy with the 2 kills he already picked up. And in the top lane, we do actually yet have to see some damage go down onto that turret. They're now onto it. Nasus is doing his best to clear away those minions before they can make something out of them.
In comes ball in the bot lane. Rod's going incredibly low.
Oh, Ricky Vita uses the Dark Passage to get to safety. That was so clutch. Less than 20 HP. We totally missed that. Thank you, directed camera.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Balez taking a little bit more damage, but nothing that Nasus really cares about. Of course, that Soul Eater passive going to sustain him quite nicely.
Indeed. He's doing as well as can be expected, really, in a 2v1 lane. Hasn't received any ganks yet. That's due to some nice warding coming out of Kapow Killer. But Team Synchronized have not picked up any kills yet as well. And I think here's...
They're going to switch the lanes again.
Well, that's true. Elite Gamers now sending their duo lane up top to go up against the Vayne and the Sona, which makes sense. Ricky Vita did pick up 2 kills already, and they want to make the most out of that advantage. So the only lane swap left is, of course, that top and mid lane swap for Team Synchronized. Gonna see if they turn that one around. They did send the Nasus bot to go against the Gragas, not mid.
Hook lands in top lane.
There we go. Kapow Killer has to flash away, but the damage is very high onto him. Ricky Vita picks up another kill. Now they're jumping onto Vintech. He gets exhausted. Will they be able to pick up the kill here? They're going in pretty deep, but not for the dive. They pick up 1, though, and that is another one over to Ricky Vita, who's now sitting on 3 kills. He is so strong early on, and Vintech really has to watch out. But we do see Mod coming in from the river. Will get spotted by a ward. Both Tri-Brush and the River Brush are warded, so nice ward coverage coming out of Elite Gamers. They are safe so far. Oh, Death Sentence coming out. It does land onto Vintech. There he goes, dives in and uses the flay. Vintek tries to condemn away Ricky Wida, but it will not be enough. He picks up another kill, is now at 4-0-0. Mod going aggressive. Gets flayed back though. He underestimated the damage. Here's Kapowkiller back as well. Ricky Wida now going very low actually, but he manages to pick up the kill onto Udyr before going down himself. 5-1. And the shutdown of all people went to the support.
This is going disastrously badly for Syncronised at this point. 5-1 on the AD carry at this stage. Only 7 minutes into the game, 1,500 gold separates the carries. That is basically the current gold lead at this stage.
Now Oz is going pretty low on the bottom lane. Fury of the Sands is used, has to use the explosive cast to get Nasus away. He did just burn his ghost, so that'll be gone for a while. Also use his ultimate, but he did force the cast out of Gragas with that.
Yep. Up to the 8.5 minute mark. We've already stated 5-1. Incredibly good play coming out from this bottom lane combination, or rather top lane at this stage, for Team EG RIP. 5-1. Really,
oh, look at that! The death sentence lands on the top lane as he gets condemned away. Wintek going very low. The lantern is there for the taking, just in case. And they do still manage to keep Vintek away from the farm that she needs to shine. Sitting on 1 death. Has picked up the Bilgewater Cutlass, but nothing else. Sitting on that Doran's Ring, does not have boots, does not have pots, does not have anything. Well, if you look at the Tristana, has picked up the BF sword, has picked up her boost, has picked up the pickaxe. Going for the Infinity Edge early on, as it seems.
Well, the simple fact is that in the early stages of the game, Tristana doesn't necessarily need attack speed because she gets that from her rapid fire Q, which increases her attack speed by a set amount for 7 seconds.
Yep. And there's the lantern. As soon as Ape even remotely moves towards the top lane, they get the hell out of there. As the lane has been reset. Some wards going down right there. Here is Mod, but he's walking through a ward that has just been placed, so he will get spotted out. All for all, Elite Gamers doing a very good job at securing that top lane. And making things happen.
In the jungle.
Yep, they will. Renzi and Mod. A little bit of a quarrel. You see Renzi going aggressive onto him, but Mod will just jump in and activate his turtle stance to take the damage away. Renzi doing a good job at pressuring him. Will actually manage to shoo him away from his own wraiths. He does try to land the smite, but it's Renzi who picks up the big wraith. Very interesting to see right here. But here we do see Tamaki taking Ape quite low. He flashes the shockwave. Nicely done. Manages to survive this one.
Asked forced a bot back once again in this bottom lane. I'm very tempted to say that this lane swap was not at all worth it.
Nope. Not really. Oh, Mod may go down here. It's going very low. He does decide to stick around and try to save his turret, but Orianna and Shyvana are just too strong. In the meanwhile, the top turret goes down. Vintek and Kapowkiller, there's really nothing they can do at this point to prevent it from happening. And it does look like the middle outer will go down as well. That's going to be 2 turrets. 2 turrets picked up for Elite Gamers in rapid succession. They are in control of this game right now. Sitting on a 5,000 gold lead only 11 minutes in. Having a 5-1-0 AD carry this early on. Things are looking catastrophic for Synchronized.
As you say, 5-1 is the AD carry, and there is a 5,000 gold lead nigh on at this stage in the game, and that is terrifying considering we're only 11.5 minutes in. Damage being traded in the bottom lane, but no kills going down as of yet.
We're still going pretty aggressive.
In comes Renzi actually.
Yeah, we do see in the top lane, also getting caught out a little bit, but Renzi, as you have said, in the bottom lane now going aggressive onto Ost. He will be able to body slam through the Dragon Pit if he needs to. There he goes, but the Dragon's Descent is used actually by Renzi to try and get after him. He's going very, very low, and here comes Orianna to help her out. He does decide to drink his brew. There's the command protect. Flash over the wall. Forces a flash out of Ost as well. He is now in retreat. Will he be able to body slam away from this one? He's going very low. There's the distance. Try to help Renzi speed out a little bit. But Ost will get away with his life.
very clutch body slam there, just getting out of the way before that twin bite would have ended his life very swiftly. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, we do see Skizzo's actually going to stop a pushing due to the fact that Gaiap just marked. That's a difficult name of the day.
And now he might get ganked here as we just see Oriana coming in. The exhaust is down there. So Shockwave pulling him in directly into the death sentence. He uses the unstoppable force. They're trying to take down Thresh. He uses the box and flashes out of it, making the kill available for the pickup for his Oriana, who quickly takes it. And things are not going well still for Synchronized. Not only do we have a 5-1-0 AD carry to worry about, now the enemy's mid laner also picks up some kill for himself. Oh, Ricky Wida jumping over the Dragon Pit just as the crescendo comes in. He's gonna take down Vintek here! Wow! They trade 1 for 1. And meanwhile in the bottom lane, Renzi going very low as Ost is onto him, but here he is getting assisted by his support and his mid laner. It's actually the first time these mid laners face off directly. And it's in the bottom lane. And it's over now.
Definitely. Well, just clearing out a ward in the dragon, but there was a second one slightly out of range of the sweeper, so they still have vision on this dragon. 7 for 2 currently the kills, and it's only 14 minutes in. As I said, the goal now almost 6,000 in advantage. Things are stacking very well for elite gamers right now. 3 for 0 in turrets. All outers are down.
Yeah, that's a lot of map pressure lost, of course. And the gold lead is also not looking nice for them. As we do see Abe getting caught out once more. The death sentence lands onto Mod, and he's in the middle of 4 elite gamers. Targets will go down here. That's another kill picked up by elite gamers. And it's the jungler. They will push down this middle lane here, clear out those minions as fast as possible, and then go on towards the dragon to pick that one up. Shyvana's already started it off, is underway at taking it down. Now the entirety of their team assembles and proceeds to pick down the flying reptile.
Not the only flying reptile in this game, of course. We have Renzi with that Dragon Descent, but only temporarily flying reptile.
Yeah, and it would be pretty silly to kill your own dragon.
True enough. We actually see Renzi using Dragon Descent over the back wall, actually.
Oh, Oz is now onto him, but he walks on Renzi's damaging fire. And Ricky Wida will pick up the kill with his DOT. So, little reckless play coming out of Gragas. And Synchronized. It does look like they're on tilt right now.
That is Synchronized looking very out of sync at this point. But that would be a horrible pun, and who would ever do that?
Oh, I actually made it already. I did cast this team before, Team Synchronized. So, naturally, that's the first thing that came to my mind in terms of puns. They were actually better synchronized in that game than in this one.
Blue team's turret.
Ricky Wida now getting aggressed upon here by Ost. He tries to circle around and take him down, and look at the damage coming down. But here's the unstoppable force out of Abe. Will he be able to get the kill onto Gragas? Yes, he will. Wow, even when going down, Ricky Wida will not go down without a fight.
Ricky Wida should probably be Rocky Wida.
That's a good one. Props to you.
That was the first decent pun I've come up with off the top of my head. I am quite proud of myself. In fact, I'm going to have a moment just to reflect on how good that pun just was.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's reflect on the awesomeness of that pun that you have just heard. And let's give some slow claps for it. Or do we? Nope. Abe has to flash the shockwave. There's the death sentence, though. Pulls him back in. And just like that, they all disengage once more. Shockwave was burned, of course, but it's on a fairly short cooldown anyway. And elite gamers have shown to know when to engage fights.
Definitely. Now would actually be a fairly good time thinking about it because only the crescendo is active in terms of that AoE.
Well, there's the explosive cast coming out of Gragas, but immediately the Dragons descend in from Renzi. There's the teleport, though. Nasus will come in as well, and this might turn things around. Kapop Killer going very, very low. We do see already able to pick up Mod. Now Abe's going to be the next target. Going to be picked up by the Nasus. Vintex in the middle of Elite Gamers as well. Going to picked up as well. But not after taking down his lane opponent. There's the flash flay in from Thresh. Does miss it. Gets picked up by Oz, but he is now withered and being followed by a giant and angry dog. Will go down. Sona's going to be the last target. Will flash over the wall and get away with her life. But still, 4 for 2 in favor of Elite Gamers. They will be able to pick up the middle inner now. Not the inhibitor turret, though, because respawn timers aren't quite that high enough yet.
Definitely, just passing the 18-minute mark, I think we need to reflect on how well this game is going for Elite Gamers. 14 for 5 in kills, and there is a 10,000 gold lead. Let me repeat that. 10,000 at 18 minutes into this game. That is absolutely insane.
Oh my god. 10,000. It is a lot of gold. They do see the teleport coming on the top lane from us. Nasus may be in trouble here. He tries to do his best, but Vintek will be able to pick up the kill with one more silver bolt. Sprog. No! Look at that, the lantern! It is there in time. Nasus will get away with his life. There's the flight from Thresh. Oh no, Vintek flashing over the wall. He will still not be able to pick up the kill. Death sentence pulls him away from the Nasus. There's the Fury of Descent. He does finally go down to off, but now, look at that. Synchronized is in trouble. Shockwave pulls back Vayne. Mott trying to get onto Orianna. And Synchronized! There's the unstoppable force coming out of Malphite. They will be able to pick up the Orianna and react at the shutdown. They may actually be able to turn this around right here and right now. Thresh getting chased here by Ost. Will do his best to get away. Renzi has the Orianna also coming in. Look at that death sentence. He throws it out in his dying breath and actually catches someone with it. But he won't be able to do much with it as Renzi is now going down to 3 members of Team Synchronized. This is their first victory, or is it? There comes Wiki Vita and very, very low targets all around. He does pick up 1. Will pick up... No. Will only pick up 1 and then get taken down. All in all, it's been a delayed ace in favor of Synchronized because Nasus did die. And it's their first real definitive victory in a team fight.
The simple fact was, the damage of Ricky Ueda was completely missing in that fight. He was miles away in that fight, and due to the fact that so much was burnt just trying to save Ballers, who then fell, just after using Fury of the Sands, it meant that 1, the frontline tank was gone, meaning that Mod and Abe were able to get onto the Orianna, take her down fairly quickly. And of course, Vintek didn't go down until after the Nasus had as well, which meant that she was still able to deal fairly considerable damage until she did get the ball to her face.
Yeah. So they chose the right opportunity to engage a fight with Ricky Ueda nowhere near. And now we do see Elite Gamers going for the Baron here. Taking it down slowly but steadily. And Synchronized has no idea what is going on. They're not making any moves on towards it. Actually, we do see Kapow Killer just walking by obliviously. He's not going to place a ward. There's the ward, and he's just in time to see Team Elite Gamers take down the Baron. A little bit too late, Sona.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Only slightly, we do see Ost finally picking up a tower in the bottom lane, but I'm tempted to say too little too late.
Yep, that's true. He now has to recall, cannot continue that push. Of course, the turret is great. The gold lead is still at 9,000 for Elite Gamers, and from the looks of it, they will pick up the dragon now. It won't get smaller. It will only get bigger. They're now back to 10,000. They're all baroned up, and I am sure Wiki Ueda will not stray away from his team that far anymore. As we do see a pause coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently having some slight problems with the internet. There we go, yeah. Lag. It seems to be the server. So all the players have agreed on continuing with the game as a fight immediately breaks down as the Dragon's Descent is used. Us going very, very low. There's a crescendo out of Sona, managing to stun some. There's a Thresh using the box, but they're onto Sona. Ricky Ueda picks up 1. Ape gonna be the next target here in the middle of Team Synchronized, using the Unstoppable Force, knocking up 4, but there's the Shockwave, missing him completely. He flashes it once more. Rookie Weeda now using Rocket Jump to get in. Flash as well. Will he able to pick up the kill here? The DOT will not quite be enough to finish that Malphite off, but they do take the middle inhibitor turret, and they will also be able to pick up the middle inhibitor here. Or will they? Mod running in with the home guards. Death Sentence coming out, not quite landing. They pick up the inhibitor, and I don't think they're quite done yet, because there's still 2 lanes to be pushed. Okay. Apparently you have some slight technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen. We will work on getting those cleaned up ASAP. As it stands, Elite Gamers still all baroned up, going up against Team Synchronized, who are in a very tough position, having just lost their first inhibitor. Gold lead is now 12,000 in favor of Elite Gamers. Just 23 minutes into the game. Kills are 18 to 10. Turrets are 6 to 2. They're gonna have to make some moves here. Oh, the Death Sentence lands onto Mod, but they will be able to get away from that. There's the explosive cast though. Us going in really deep. They're trying to take down Ricky Weeda, but he's just gonna turn around and deal some damage. The Shockwave pulling in a lot of people. Orianna picks up a kill. There, Ape gets caught as well by a nice flash from Thresh. You do see Gragas' body slamming away through the wall. They're now onto Kapow Killer, though. He has to try to flash over the wall. He does manage to do so. Rezi also trying to flash after him. Renzi, but does not quite make the jump. Instead smashes into the wall head first. But still, it's a 3-for-1 in favor of Elite Gamers, and they will now make the push onto this Nexus turret. I'm not quite sure if they'll be able to pick up the game right here and right now, as respawn timers are still quite low, and the entirety of Team Synchronized is now back up. It's a 5v4 situation. Gonna try to deal as much as damage as possible onto those Nexus turrets, but now they re-engage. Us going in really deep, actually, using the Zonias to get away that damage. Crescendo completely botched. And Orianna picks up himself another kill right there, and Vintek will go down as well to Nasus. As we're speaking, Tristana's making her way back as well, but will she even be there in time? Mod going down now to the Thresh, who picks himself up one just for the lols and giggles. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like it's going to be the game. Shockwave lands onto Sona, picking up another kill. There's the Unstoppable Force forced out of Abe to get back to his own fountain. The Nexus turrets fall. Ladies and gentlemen, they're still trying to pick up those last few kills, but now they have turned their attention onto the Nexus. They do not want Team Synchronized to respawn. Death Sentence lands onto Ape. They're going to make that final attempt on that kill. Not get it. There's the Nexus. It does explode. Game 1 of the EGL Thunder Shield number 15 Grand Finals goes over to Elite Gamers as they take down Team Synchronized in a very convincing manner. And now, this has not been it just yet, ladies and gentlemen. There's still at least one game to come, and we're going to see who will take it. Will it be Team Synchronized, or will it be Elite Gamers picking up the win in this tournament? We'll be right back. Stand by.